Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Alright guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we are going to be doing episode 5, recap and review of Daredevil Born Again. As always, spoiler warnings ahead, and before we get into it, let's just do a bit of background. The character was created in 1964 by Stan Lee and Bill Everett, and in live action he was played by Ben Affleck in the 2003 film, and now Charlie Cox in the 2015 Netflix series, which ran for 3 seasons. Again in Spider-Man No Way Home as Peter's lawyer, and made brief appearances in She-Hulk and Echo, and now back again in the Daredevil Born Again TV show. So without further ado, let's get right back into this. So the episode starts and we see that it is set in St. Patrick's Day, and Matt is trying to get a loan which he has taken care of by Miss Marvel's father. They have a conversation, he gets denied, yada yada, but doesn't get it. Bank robbers try and rob the bank. Matt goes back to the bank to see what he can do. He gets taken hostage, and after a while he has to use the bathroom, and that's when he strikes and saves Miss Marvel's dad, who said he was the assistant manager because the manager wasn't there, so they took him to try to open up the vault. They get the diamond that the robbers are looking for, and they give it to them once the police storm in last second. Matt realizes the guy changed clothes and went after him to beat him up, and then he checks up on Miss Marvel's dad at the end of the episode, leaves him with the diamond that the guy stole, and gets invited to dinner over at their place. So it wasn't much going on. Like I said, it was just kind of like a bank heist episode, almost like a filler episode. There was, a little bit of negotiations, this and that. Matt really using his senses, his hearing, and so it wasn't much to go on. It was a tense episode, obviously being about a bank robbery. It was nice to see how Matt can still save the day, not as Daredevil, but as himself. It was nice to see that Miss Marvel kind of got brought into this, and that her dad was brought back and, was here. But like I said, it felt like a filler episode. So this is honestly going to be probably one of the more shorter reviews, as not much really happened in the way of the story. So I would give it an 8 out of 10. But if you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode. As always, I love you guys. Peace.